Hi, I'm Terrence Boykin, and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, chances are you're dealing with the probate process in North Carolina and trying to figure out what happens to real estate when a loved one passes away. First, let me just say, I know this can be an overwhelming and emotional time. Many families don't realize how North Carolina's probate laws impact the home, how long the process could take, or what their options are. Today, I'm going to break it all down for you. What happens to real estate during probate in North Carolina, the key steps involved, and how to move forward with as little stress as possible. Let's get started. Probate is the legal process of selling someone's estate after they pass away. In North Carolina, probate is overseen by the clerk of superior court in the county where the deceased person lived. If the person owned real estate, that property typically becomes part of the probate estate unless certain legal steps were taken beforehand to avoid probate. Here's how probate affects real estate in North Carolina. First thing, real estate does not automatically transfer to heirs. Unlike some other states in North Carolina, real estate doesn't automatically pass to the heirs unless the will specifically states that it does. Otherwise, it must go through probate before being transferred or sold. Number two, the executor or administrator takes charge. If the deceased person left a will, the named executor manages the home. If there's no will, the court appoints an administrator to handle the estate. Number three, debts and taxes must be paid first. The estate is responsible for paying off any mortgage, property taxes, or outstanding debts before the home can be distributed or sold. In some cases, the home may need to be sold to cover these expenses. And finally, the heirs or beneficiaries receive the home or its proceeds. Once debts are settled, the heirs may keep the home or sell it depending on the terms of the will. Now, if there was no will, the state's laws will apply. Understanding these basics can help you prepare for what's ahead. The probate process in North Carolina follows a structured series of steps. Here's what to expect when real estate is involved. The first step is filing for probate. This process begins when the executor or family member files with the clerk of superior court in the county where the deceased lived. If there's no will, someone can petition the court to be named the administrator. The second step is to get a property valuation. The home must be appraised to determine its fair market value. This is important for estate taxes, debt payments, and future sale decisions. Third step is paying off debts and taxes. In North Carolina, real estate can be used to pay off the deceased debts. If there are outstanding mortgages or bills, they must be settled before transferring ownership or selling the home. The fourth step is selling or transferring the home. If the will directs the home to be sold, or if the executor needs to sell the home to settle debts, they must follow the correct legal procedures, which may require court approval. And the last step is the final distribution and closing. If the home is sold, proceeds are distributed to heirs after all debts and expenses are paid. If the home is being transferred to heirs, the title must be legally updated to reflect the new owners. Because North Carolina has specific probate rules and deadlines, working with a local probate attorney and an experienced probate realtor can help ensure the process runs smoothly. A common question I hear is, can a home be sold while it's in probate? The answer is yes, but there are some specific North Carolina laws that must be followed. Court approval may be required. In some cases, the executor can sell the property without court approval if the will explicitly grants them this power. Otherwise, they may need the clerk of superior court's approval. Notice to heirs is required. If the property is being sold, the executor or administrator must notify all heirs. If an heir objects to the sale, this could delay the process. The home must be sold at fair market value. The executor must ensure the home is sold for a fair price. This typically requires an official appraisal and competitive listing with a probate real estate agent. And finally, the waiting period for sales without a will. If there's no will, selling the home may require additional court steps to ensure all legal heirs are properly notified and agree to the sale. Selling a probate home in North Carolina can be complex, which is why working with an experienced probate real estate agent is crucial. The timeline for probate varies, but in most cases, it takes 6 months or a little over a year to finalize. Factors that impact the length include whether there's a will. If there's no will, the probate process can take longer due to additional court procedure. Family disputes. If heirs disagree on what to do with the home, this can lead to delays. Court backlog. If the local probate court is busy, approvals may take longer. And selling the home. If the home is being sold, finding a buyer and getting court approval can add time. If you're trying to sell a probate home in North Carolina, start preparing early to ensure a smoother process. If you've inherited a home through probate, you have a few options. The first one is to keep. If all heirs agree, you can transfer the title into your name. However, you will need to cover expenses like property, taxes, maintenance, and the mortgage. Second option is to sell it. Many families choose to sell the home, especially if no one wants to take on the financial responsibility. A probate real estate agent can help market the home and navigate legal requirements. The third option is to rent it out. In some cases, keeping the home as a rental property might be a good option, but make sure all heirs agree on management and expenses. Now, each option has pros and cons, so it's important to discuss with your family and professionals before making a decision. I know probate can feel overwhelming, but with the right information and guidance, it doesn't have to be. Whether you're selling, keeping, or figuring out what to do with the probate property in North Carolina, I'm here to help. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more North Carolina probate real estate tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.